Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Graham from the School of Teacher Education at National Taiwan Normal University. Welcome to my office hours. Today's question is one that makes me feel quite sad, but it's a question that I have gotten repeatedly over the last few years. The teacher asks, what if students make fun of my English? One thing I have often thought during my time living in Taiwan is that many Taiwanese have a very unhealthy relationship with the English language. In this video, I will refrain from speculating why that is, but I will say from my viewpoint, there is an overemphasis on accuracy and perfection. Also, though it's becoming less true over time, I also think there's a preoccupation with using English like a so-called native speaker. There are several issues with these mindsets. First, nobody speaks with perfect accuracy in any language at any time. I'd take a guess that the more linguistically conscious viewers of this channel could probably go through my videos and find many moments where I make small grammar mistakes. Nobody's perfect 100% of the time. Second, the preoccupation with being a so-called native speaker of English is an interesting one because, well, who constitutes a native speaker and what does speaking like one look like? A person from the UK obviously speaks English differently than I do, but I think many would apply the label native speaker to both of us. But even within those groups, not everyone has the same ability to communicate in their mother tongue. Some people score higher on verbal language assessments than others. In other words, there is no one native speaker, so it remains a very vague benchmark that I believe puts an undue amount of pressure on people learning a language. It's worth noting that the English language is, in fact, an international language. According to ethnologue.com, there are far more people who speak English as an additional language than those who call it their first language. And among this diverse group of English users, there are a lot of legitimate ways to communicate. So, returning to the question, what should you as a teacher do if a student makes fun of your English? Well, first, don't get upset. Kids will say and do inappropriate things. Our job as teachers is to guide them to make better decisions in the future. So please don't take it personally and stay calm. Second, use the incident as a teaching moment. Bilingual education, in my mind, isn't only about learning content and language, it's also about developing an international mindset. Part of having an international mindset is acknowledging and respecting that people speak English in different ways. Students need to understand that in the future, they are more likely to need English to communicate with someone from, for example, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, or Indonesia, and not someone from the US or the UK. It's important that we treat all of these people from other countries with dignity and make communication and understanding the focus, not accuracy. I know it is painful to have someone criticize your language use. I've experienced such shame when people have made comments about my Chinese speaking. But I want to encourage you not to let it get you down. Becoming bilingual is not easy, and you've accomplished it. So you should feel proud and not ashamed. So don't look at the student's comment as a negative. See it as a positive. An opportunity for you to teach the student to think differently about bilingualism. Thank you for attending my office hours. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer on this channel, send me an email at kmgraham@ntnu.edu.tw. I'll see you next time.